Hi, welcome to Robyn's Mobile Roost. Today I want to show you a fun add-a-flap fun fold card. So we're going to do it as a Easter card using the Easter Friends. And you can see we're going to add a little flap on the top, and then the card opens to the inside. So there's lots of fun spots to stamp, and it's kind of fun for whoever gets it, right? They keep opening, opening, opening. So let's turn the camera down and get started. So I like to first start by cutting all of my papers. So you're going to need 3 pieces of colored cardstock and 3 pieces of white. So you're going to start, your base is going to be a single sheet of cardstock that is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So this is going to be like half of a standard card, right? That's going to be your bottom. Then you need a piece for the flap that is going to be 3 1/4 by 4 1/2, and you need your piece to make the flap move. That's going to be 1 1/4 by 5 1/4. Then for our white, we need 2 pieces. This is going to be for our stamping, that are 3 inches by 4 1/4, and those are both going to go on our flapper. And then we need our folded card base, which you're going to cut 8 inches by 5 1/4 and then score it at 4. So this is just a snitch smaller, right, than our card base, and it's going to get layered right on there. So once you have all of those ready, you can kind of set your colored cardstock aside, and then we're going to do our stamping. So we're going to stamp, oh, and I managed to get these dirty already. Oh, how do I do that? Let's flip them over. So you're going to need something stamped on these two, and you're going to stamp on both the front of this one and the inside, right? So there's 4 different places that we're going to do some stamping on. Now I've chosen to use the Easter Friends for this card, but you can change up the colors and do this with any cards. You do kind of want to have three images if you're thinking about the 3 spots you're going to stamp, or a couple different stamp sets with so that you can get your 3 images. So we're going to start with the front, and we're going to do our big bunny. So we'll just ink him up with some black ink. We're going to go ahead and put him right in the center. Now I'm not going to add any words to this bunny. He's so darn cute. Isn't that gorgeous? He makes such a nice image. So to color him, I am simply going to take my my blending brushes, and I keep mine by color. So I've got a green one and a blue one, and I am going to add just a little bit of green around his feet. Now if you wanted, you could stamp him onto a post-it note and then cut it out for a mask if you were worried about getting color on him. But I'm just going to be lazy, and I'm going to pull this color up to him but not go over it. This is what you call the lazy person's method of coloring. And then I'm going to take some Coastal Cabana and do a little bit around the top. So he's kind of going to be and I just only go up to the lines of the image. So it looks like I've really colored fussy, right? And I haven't. I'm going to set him off to the side, and we'll work on our second one. Now this is going to be the back of him, right? It's gonna flap. So I want this one to have a happy Easter greeting on the bottom. Just going to ink that up in the black again. And I'm going to put him right in the center. And I'm going to put him right in the center. And I'm going to put him right in the center. And I'm going to put him right in the center. And I'm going to put him right in the center. And I'm going to put him right in the center. And I'm going to put him right in the center. And I'm going to put him right in the center. And I'm going to put him right in the center. And I'm going to put him right in the center. And I'm going to put him right in the center. And I'm going to put him right in the center. And I'm going to put him right in the center. And I'm going to put him right in the center. And I'm going to put him right in the center. And I'm going to put him right in the center. And I'm going to put him right in the center. And I'm going to put him right in the center. And I'm going to put him right in the center. And I'm going to put him right in the center. And I'm going to put him right in the center. And I'm going to put him right in the center. And I'm going to put him right in the center. And I'm going to put him right in the center. And I'm going to put him right in the center. And I'm going to put him right in the center. And I'm going to p And for this one, we are going to, if I can find my stamp here, here he is. We're going to use the little duck. And again, we're just using black ink. I'm going to put him right here. He maybe could have been a little closer to the words. He looks like he's kind of flying there. But I guess he could be. Oh, you know what? Let's add some of the grass. Let's take some, let's see, I've got some pear pizzazz. And we'll kind of ground him a little bit because I don't think ducklings fly too much. We'll just kind of, oh, I still got him hopping, don't I? That could have been a little closer. There. Kind of puts him on the ground a little bit. Now for the duckling, I decided that I wanted to color him with a little bit of yellow because baby ducks are so soft and fuzzy. So I'm just going to take a little bit of Daffodil Delight, and for this I'm using a sponge dauber. Now I might not quite get everything perfect here, and it might run over a little bit, but I'm not going to worry too much about it because this is quick coloring, right? If you wanted to, you could color this in with Stampin' Blends or Stampin' Right markers, or even colored pencils if you wanted it really exact. So we're done with our duck. Now we have this cute little chicken that we're going to put on here, and I have, let me see if I can find the word one. Okay, maybe we'll stamp the chicken first instead of the words. Okay, this greeting says, "May your days blossom with joy and happiness." So when you open this, you're going to see this little guy with Happy Easter and "May your days blossom with joy and happiness" with the little chick. So let's go ahead and bring in our black ink again. We'll stamp our little chickie. I used to raise chickens and ducks and turkeys just for fun, not like I did it for any money-making enterprise. But I kind of miss my chickens, especially in the spring. We had a tornado that hit our house and it blew my chicken coop away, so that was kind of the end of my chicken days. Okay, so now we're just going to put this right underneath him. Hopefully I have it a little closer. Perfect. Okay. And then I'm going to give him a little spot of the yellow too, the same way I did the duck. We're just going to, give him just a hint of color. So you see that didn't take very long. This is kind of my quick method of coloring. The other thing I need to mention, if you do use Stampin' Blends on this, you might want to do your image on another piece of paper that you then glue onto here, because when you use the Stampin' Blends, the color bleeds through. Or on some of mine, I've actually put a piece of Designer Series paper here, but I don't like that when you see the color that bleeds through. Now on the inside, we are going to add, there's another cute greeting. It says, "Sending warm and happy wishes this spring." So we're going to put this on the inside. I don't know where I get all the smudges from. Do you guys ever have that problem when you're stamping? I don't know if I get my hands dirty or what. And I love this, how this set has such pretty font and it stamps just wonderfully. That's what I really like about the actual red rubber stamps. Okay, now we have everything stamped and colored, and it's time to assemble. So the first thing we need to decide is which direction we want our little flap to go. You could do it on the side, right, so that everything opened from the side, or you could do it from the top, and I think I'm going to do it from the top. So you could add your strip to the back of your card if you wanted, and then it's going to show on the back, which isn't a big deal. Or you could put it on the inside and then it'll get covered up. And usually I put it on the inside, but let me just do this one backwards, right? I'm going to put it on the back, just to do it different and see if I like it better, because I've always done them on the inside. I just did a class the other night with this and we talked about it, and I'm not quite sure which direction I like better. So if you put it this way, it's not going to interfere with writing on the inside of the card. Okay, so our next step is we can put our regular opening card on, right? And we'll just line him up here. And I did want to give a shout out to the person who taught me this this fun fold technique, and that was Susan Birch. She's a fellow demonstrator. Thanks, Susan. Okay, and then I have to think here, get this right, get all my layers the right direction. We've got our bunny that goes on here. And now here's the part that's really easy to, you don't want to put your back one on, right? Because you want this in between the flap. So your first instinct is going to be to glue this piece onto the back of here, but don't do that because we want to glue them with this flapper in between. So this guy is going to go like this. So we just want to put a little glue here, and then we're going to get him just where we want him, right? Center him on here, and maybe let that dry a tad before you do this next part. But of course, for the picture, I'm just going to go ahead and do it right away. Then we're going to put this guy on here so that when you open it, you see both of these with their feet down. And I'm saying that because it's really easy to put it upside down. I don't know why. And then we'll put him right here. And we're done. Oh, no, we're not quite done. We need to put a ribbon on here just to gussy it up, right? And okay, here we go. I thought maybe this pretty soft succulent would look good on here. Let's just give it a try. Kind of a nice Eastery color. And I don't think I mentioned, but my my cardstock base is a fresh freesia, which is one of the in colors. So let's see if we can tweak this baby so it's kind of facing this direction. So it usually takes me a while to play with my bows to get them just the way I want them, right? Maybe we'll try it this way. That's better. A little shorter. Keep pulling it the wrong way. Okay. So then we just need to even up our tails a little bit. Oops. One more angle on that one. I probably cut it too short. That'll work. So if you really are futzy with your bow and it's not going quite, staying quite where you want it, the other trick you can do is you can take one of the a glue dot, right, and kind of stick it underneath the knot to get your bow to stay put. Here. So here is our completed Easter flap over card. Isn't that cute? Think of all the fun things you could do with this this fun fold. So hope you enjoy it. Have lots of fun making cards with it. You can head on over to my store if you need to purchase any supplies. And thanks for stopping by at the Roost.